As we know, plant required carbon dioxide, water, and with the help of its pigments it traps solar energy to do photosynthesis process. In previous videos we have discussed about these pigments. These pigments like chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotenoid, xanthophyll, phycobilin, these are the pigment present in this chloroplast and helps to trap the solar energy for photosynthesis process in plant. And this solar energy is the only energy sources for this photosynthesis process. The solar light having dual in nature. It shows both particle nature and wave nature. And it is falling on earth as electromagnetic wave, as discrete particle form. Those discrete particle is known as photon. Here discrete means they are not in fractional form. You can't say they are coming 1/2 photon or 2/3 photon. You can't say in fractional form. They are coming in number form, means 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. And energy content in this photon are termed as quantum. So here energy content in this photon called as quantum. As it contains wave or it shows wave in nature, it will describe in the form of frequency wavelength. So you can calculate this E or energy is h nu. Nu is frequency and E also equal to h c by lambda. The c by lambda is nu. This lambda is wavelength. It means this energy is directly proportional to frequency and this energy is inversely proportional to wavelength. It means shorter the wavelength, this electromagnetic energy will be higher. So on the basis of this wavelength, this electromagnetic spectrum comprises of cosmic ray, gamma ray, X-ray, ultraviolet, visible spectrum, infrared, electric and radio waves. This visible spectrum fall in between 390 nanometer to 760 nanometer, or you can say we can see the things or objects having wavelength between 3900 angstrom to 7600 angstrom. And plant life is affected by the wavelength of 300 to 780 nanometer. This much of wavelength of light can affect the plant life. When sunlight falling on earth, some part of light are getting reflected, some are getting absorbed, some are getting transmitted. From that, plant utilize some solar energy for photosynthesis process. It means 300 nanometer wavelength of light to 780 nanometer wavelength of light affect plant's life. Within this visible spectrum range, plant absorb solar energy and help in photosynthesis process. Plant contains different type of pigment and each pigment having ability to receive different wavelength of light as per its content. It has been seen that different pigment absorb different wavelength of light, but all the wavelength came in between 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer in range. First we will make a graph 450, 500, 550, 600, 650, 700. 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. This chlorophyll A pigment absorb light This is the peak for chlorophyll A pigment. Similarly, you will find chlorophyll B pigment absorb light within this 400 to 700 nanometer range. Similarly, another one pigment that one is carotenoid also help to absorb light for photosynthesis process. And you will also find its range within this 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. And this is the peak for carotenoid, or you can say beta carotene. All these pigment absorb light within the range between 400 nanometer wavelength to 700 nanometer wavelength of light. And this wavelength of light lies in between blue color to red color. This is known as absorption spectrum. Absorption spectrum means how much light energy plant can harvest or plant can absorb. It means plant absorb light in between 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer, which fall in between blue color to red color of light. Now we will discuss about this action spectrum. Action spectrum means the wavelength of light or electromagnetic light absorbed by plant's pigment used for photosynthesis process. That one is action spectrum means at which range this photosynthesis process occur more. First we will make a graph 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 650 and 700. Similarly, this side in y axis 20, 30, 40, 50. This is the graph for action spectrum. It has been found that the wavelength of light absorbed by pigment ranges between 400 to 700 nanometer used for photosynthesis process. Within this range, this photosynthesis process occur. But this light or this photosynthesis process occur efficiently in this blue light, green light and red light region. First we will make a graph for this absorption spectrum. Already we have made here. We found that this absorption spectrum graph is like this, and action spectrum graph is this black color is absorption spectrum, and this green color is action spectrum. Most effective and efficient light is red color, which is falling within this 600 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Their photosynthesis process occur more compared to other two region. This is the red color region, which followed by blue color, which range in between 400 nanometer to 500, and this 500 to 550 is green color. It means in this red color region photosynthesis process occur more effectively, which is followed by this blue color, then green color light. It means this blue color, green color and red color of light falling in between 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer wavelength of light, and they are much more effective for photosynthesis process. And this photosynthesis process occur more in this region, which is falling in between 600 nanometer to 700 nanometer wavelength of light. Then this blue color, which is range between 400 nanometer to 500 nanometer wavelength of light, and this green color, which is range between 500 to 550 nanometer wavelength of light. And this blue color, green color, red color of light are recognized as photosynthetically active and helping in photosynthesis process, and within this range photosynthesis process occur within the plant. This is all about absorption spectrum and action spectrum. Hope you understand. Please like, share, comment and subscribe my channel. Thank you.